Okay, y'all, I didn't get some cleaning done. All right, I want to talk to y'all real quick before I get back to some self-care that I have to do. Y'all know I do unfiltered videos on the weekends, so stop looking all surprised by this video topic. The black tube is not pro-black. It's just a facade. It's just trying to make white people think that they're pro-black when they're not. The black YouTube community is not pro-black. It is age pro. They're pro-age. And they're pro-American Dream gang. They're sitting up on here saying the American dream is obsolete, but yet they still chasing it right before my eyes. Like right before my eyes. Okay, in the videos. They say they're pro-black, but when you look at the videos that they praise and comment on, it's black people who look like they're trying not to be black. It's black people with wigs and weaves on, with fades. Getting fades is still passive self-hate. That's passive self-hate in the male community, the black male community. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I will explain why it's passive self-hate later in this video. I'm seeing in the black YouTube community, black women saying they resting, but they're forming little gangs within the rest. And these gangs they're forming is with black women that they think got the American dream already. Black women who's wearing their hair straight or hot pressed or relaxed. Those are the women that they're helping. The black women who saying they resting, I don't see them trying to help women with 4C here. I don't see that in the comments. When I watch these videos of black women saying I'm in rest energy, and all this type of stuff, and I'm seeing them talk in the comments, when I look at the profile pictures, I see baddies, if you want to call them that. I see people that's trying to look like they got 3A here, 4A here. I see black women wearing loads of makeup, and I'm like, but I thought you were pro-black. How barefaced and natural are you? If you're not, can you actually say you're pro-black? Like, no one's going to sit in my face and say they're pro-black and they're wearing Becky's here, they're wearing Indie Remy type of texture in their 4C here, and they can't even lay off the makeup around me. You're not pro-black, okay? You're not pro-black if you can't lay off the makeup. Unless you've been attacked by a tiger, you didn't get some ridiculous massive surgery done to your face. You're not pro-black if you're a black woman having to wear Maybelline or CoverGirl. If you can't go through your week without it, you're not going to tell me you're pro-black. If your YouTube channel, you're a black woman, you're not going to tell me you're pro-black and you're wearing blue eyeshadow. And you're trying to fake a glow rather than actually just have God in your life. So you just naturally glow. Exactly. Exactly. I am resting, yes, but I'm not resting and keeping other black women at a distance. I'm not doing that. I'm not resting, but still chasing what the white woman got. That's a hypocrite. If you say you're a black woman at rest because of Trump being in office, because you feel like the white people dominated the voting, so you want to go ahead and rest. You don't want to do any more petitions. You don't want to march. You don't want to support the white community. You don't want to come off as pro-white. But yet you're not giving back to the black female community because Kamala was female. You're not giving back to other black women. How can you say that you're pro-black? You're not. If you're still trying to compete with other black women on YouTube, then you're not pro-black. If you're a black woman and you came to this channel to find a download, to find ideas to compete with me, you're not pro-black. Not during Trump time. You're not. You're not gonna go on YouTube and say, yeah, I'm resting. Yeah, I'm resting out, after what happened with the election, but yet you still competing with me. And we both black. You're not pro-black. If you are a black man and you still coming at any old black woman who look like they're older, just because they got gray hair, just because you think they're over 50, just because you think they hit the wall, just because you think they're leftovers, and you're so quick to say something to that black woman who haven't done nothing to you, you're not going to say you're not pro-black. You're not pro-black. You're not going to go to the YouTube black community and be like, I'm trying to help these sisters to not be modern. Yet, you can't even wear your prince lock. The prince of the old days, who was black, they had long locks hanging down their back. If I don't see that on y'all black men who don't got George Jefferson balding disease, don't be coming at me and saying that you pro-black. Letting these barbershops cut off your prince lock, your kingly lock, so that you can look like the white men from the 1950s with their little slick grease faded fades that they had, the greasers from the 1950s, and because that's what you're trying to look like, except you're doing it with a texturizer, except you're doing it with a Scully cap with your texturized grease. There's people who think I get texturizers. There's people who think that I have that in my hair. I don't. I don't have none of that in my hair. This is just good old-fashioned 4C hair with some castor oil, black magic grease in it, and some braiding paste, the pomade braiding paste that my grandma used to use. I'm on this video barefaced, no jewelry, straight up with the natural slave, with our ancestors were slaves, some good old-fashioned grease and pomade braiding grease. Do I care if someone think I'm too Negro? Do I care that I'm not going to get no donations because I don't look like Becky? No, I don't care. No, I don't care. If I can look at you and tell that you're trying to harvest some of the white people's energy, you're not going to come in my face and say you pro-black. If I never hardly ever see those roots more than 2 inches long on your head, you're not telling me you're pro-black. If only time I see you, your hair is shaved only a half a fingernail. If it's never longer than this fingernail, no, you're not telling me you pro-black. You better damn well be straight from the motherland. If it's going to be that short, it better not look like you didn't put S-curl juice in here. We ain't the same. We ain't the same type of black. Okay? We ain't the same type of black. Just because you say you black and I say I'm black, don't mean I'm automatically think we genetic family. No. My genetic family actually celebrates their genetics. And that's the thing. I celebrate my genetics. If you ain't celebrating your natural genetics, we ain't the same. We just ain't family. I don't care what's on your applications. I don't care if you put African American on here. We ain't the same type of black. Y'all, I'm just keeping it real. When I look at black people, I'm looking for the roots. I'm looking for the roots. I'm looking to see if they're leaving their big lips visible. I'm looking to see if they're leaving their eyebrows alone. If I'm seeing arched eyebrows, plucked and tweaks, no, we ain't the same type of black. You're trying to have white woman's eyebrows. We know very well most black people got thick eyebrows. We know this. We know that a lot of black people's natural, their eyebrows grow like Bart from Sesame Street. We know this. If I see you doing too much to fit in with the white YouTube community, then I can't even donate to your channel. Like, I don't care what knowledge. As a matter of fact, I don't even want the knowledge you're giving in your live video. I'm just going to click out. Okay? I discriminate against black coons. I just do, y'all. I just do. If you got black self-hate, I discriminate against that. And I don't care what I don't care. I got deep dislike for black self-hate because I know how it ruined my life. That's how a lot of black people get into poverty. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. You know how much money you will save just being the way God made you? I'm talking to all the black YouTubers. I'm tired of seeing these baddies coming up in my news feed. It's giving me black on black fatigue. I didn't even think that I could get black on black fatigue until I started seeing this coming up in my news feed over and over again. How much wig, weave, flat iron, fly away, fake Becky hair flying in the wind can somebody see? 2-strand twist with gel all the time. How often can somebody see that? Gelled up heads all the time. Like, y'all, there's a limit. There's a limit to even having passive self-black hate. Even there's a limit to having micro black self-hate. There is a limit. Sometimes I have to catch myself sometime. When I hear the devil in my head, like, just give up and go ahead with a flat iron. I say, no. White folks don't say just give up and slap on an afro. Do they say that? When they sitting there putting all those roller curlers in their hair and they're dyeing and coloring and they brushing their hair 50 times before they go to bed, y'all don't hear white folks saying, go ahead and give up and slap an afro wig on. Y'all don't hear them say that. So when you hear, the creator will never want you to abandon your genetics or hide them or oppress them. I'm trying to understand why black people with oppressed self-love take them seriously, but don't take me seriously. Act more entitled to my energy for free, but want to pay like hell to the baddies. These women come up on here, all their cleavage out. Cleavage is out in every video. There's nothing wrong with showing a little bit of your candy without the candy wrapper sometime, but come on, y'all. Come on, black women. Y'all know y'all bodies is the bomb. And y'all know y'all doing witchcraft with them. When y'all keep on showing up in these videos, showing it. You know you're doing sex magic on the black man just to get views, just to get them to click, just to catch them when they're low vibration so they'll click and put some money on your videos even though what's coming out of your mouth is garbage and toxic. All you're doing is entertaining toxic entertainment on your live videos and using that sex magic to crumb chase the pockets of black men and black women who got self-hate. Y'all know I will come at black people in a minute because I'm about doing the real work for us. I'm not here to kiss butt to just get y'all to put $1 on this live. I know the damage it has done to me. I'm still purging the trauma. and I got a whole grown child. I know what self-hate has done to me. And I know when I was chasing energy that don't belong to my genetics, I know the trauma it left right before my eyes and what I didn't see, the financial problems it got me in, how it damaged my personality, how it made me toxic to the Black community, and how it has taken more than 5 years for me to purge it. It took a couple years just for me to purge it out of my hair. This is this is the realest talk. It took me a couple years to purge it out of my hair. And then I had to move to purging it from my wardrobe. And then I had to move purging it from my personality. And then I had to move to purge it from the way I would spend my money and treat my body and treat other people who already did the purging of the self-Black hate, oppressed self-Black energy. I had to purge my energy on how I communicate with them. This, y'all know I said I'm do raw videos on the weekend where I talk even about what I had to do. I had tried to put on a baddie wig about 5 years ago, and the demon energy was finally so obvious to me that I snatched the wig off and I threw it clear across the room. I said, "Whoa, child!" And I threw it across the room. Some of y'all will never know how the devil been making you think that you're for your genetics when you really ain't. You're just under illusion believing that you are. Because I'm going to keep it real. I don't give a damn about anybody in this family that might be white, Asian, whatever. I already know that energy is never going to take care of me like my Black energy, like Black genetic energy. Yeah, I said it, and I really don't care who gets triggered by it. Because we are connected through history and time and through blood ties, genetic. Our ancestors knew this could taste our ancestors can taste your blood and tell what part of the world you came from. So when I'm around other Black people and their energy coming from certain parts of the world, they have an assignment energetically to feed me. And so do I. And so do I to feed them. But when they oppress their genetic energy, then they are trying to starve me out while starving themselves out. And when I oppress my genetic history, I'm doing the same. So people stop sitting up on Black people also. Stop getting on the trend. We'll say race don't matter. Yes, it does. It's called race, but it's really called genetic coding. It does matter. Because some of y'all may have been friends with my tribe. Our tribes may have been connected in history and time. So how can we say it don't matter? And when y'all not tapping into your tribal education, energy education, and y'all oppressing it, you're causing a distorted spiritual connection to other Black people. Y'all can't get naturally nourished and fed our Akashic records. We can't exchange Akashic records because you're not matching the record. Physically, you're not matching the record. Y'all, this is the realest talk. I don't care what anybody says. I already know somebody gonna say, she playing race favorites. Those are people who just want to access Black genetic coding, spiritual energy, and give it to, and most of the time give it to their own kind. And that's just it. That's the truth. I'm trying to understand why Black people are not honoring this, but the Irish people are honoring this way of thinking. Asian people are honoring this way of thinking. Indian people, East Indian people, why aren't we? You don't see them trying to be like nobody but their tribal and their ancestors. So why are we doing this and expecting to have financial breakthroughs and giving financial breakthroughs to people who are glorifying, glamorizing, and glamorizing oppressing their genetics? I can truly say that I'm a mama that never hot combed. I have never relaxed my daughter's hair. My daughter was only allowed to wear makeup when she was a majorette. Otherwise, I never bought it for her. Never. My daughter was not raised to want to be like Becky. And even though she does talk to white women on her job, she doesn't try to get their culture. She's not eating the food that they eat. She's eating the food that I raised her. I raised her to go to the waters primarily to eat, because my Native American Blackfoot family members, they ate from the waters. They ate from the waters, and sometimes they ate beef. My grandmother ate from the waters, and sometimes she ate beef. That's what I fed my daughter, and I glorified it so she doesn't slip into someone else's culture and then start oppressing her energy. See, let me tell you something. Culture practice does help to determine how you treat yourself and will affect longevity. And if you think you can abandon your culture and the creator's going to reward you an extra year on your life, no, it's not happening. If you think you can abandon your genetic culture, the way your great grandma taught you to eat and how to degrease the scalp and do your hair and all, you think you can get rid of all that and you still have an extended life? It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. See, people say, "Oh, where are you at in the world? We should be friends." But I have a hard time being friends with black folks, because if we're gonna be friends, I need to speak the truth. I need to call you out. I need to say, wait a minute now. Today I'm seeing that you were really in the white man's energy. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing how your haircut is. I'm seeing it. But they'll be like, it's my right. It's a free will. Actually, our ancestors didn't have that mindset. It was only free according to what the scriptures was that the chief gave us in the world that we grew up in. It wasn't a free world like, oh, I can do what everybody else is doing in the world. No. I'm serious. Like, we know that our ancestors was backpack peoples on their back. I'm trying to understand why, and they were travelers. They were nomads that traveled the world and hiked. Why are black people going to the gym on the trads? Really? Y'all tried to go on the trads a second time. I said, oh, this is low-key demonic. This is a low-key way of having me release my energy in a place where anybody can get it, where it's not protected. I'm sweating and all that around people I don't know, and all this huffing and puffing and breathing in other energy, and the trance is making me think that I'm on a journey when I'm not. I'm literally just running in place in this disgusting environment. No. I said, I will never get on the trad again. I don't care if it rains. Trads treat you to be a coward. It teach you to say, oh, it's raining. I can't let my hair get wet. That's what it do to black people. Oh, it's snowing and raining. No, I'm going to have to go on the trads in the gym. What? Are you you think your hair is ugly once it get wet? You don't want the shrinkage? Like, what is up with that? Like, I was at the park today, and this black woman, she had weave in her hair, and her hairline was way back here. I ain't even lying, y'all. And she's sitting in the American Dream car. Because I don't mean no harm. If you ain't living where the rich people live, up there in Beverly Hills somewhere, then you shouldn't even be driving an expensive car. No, you're chasing the American Dream. If your car note is $500 and up a month, and you're not living in Beverly Hills or Los Angeles up there with the $800,000 homes, then you still chasing the American Dream. So she was chasing the American Dream with her $500 car note, because I know that car she's driving. I know that car. Okay. If she had money, she'd be able to get. She would have got that hairline taken care of. I'm trying to understand why women glamorize having expensive cars, but no hair. But it's okay to not have no hairline, though. Really? Our hair was our crown and glory once upon a time. You gonna sacrifice your hair just to look like you got the American Dream. But anyway, she was sitting in there and she was waiting, and I saw that she waited about 20 minutes till a white woman come. A white woman came, and it was Becky. The woman had literally blonde and gray hair. The white woman. And I'm thinking in my head, this sister sat up there and waited 20 minutes to go on a walk, just to walk with a white woman, that every time I see them walk, the white woman is dumping all her problems on this sister. And this sister listening to every word she's saying. And then this black woman will roll her eyes at me, though I have done nothing to her. And she wondered why her hairline is back here, not grown in. This white woman is dumping all her energy on her. 7 a.m. in the morning. Got her waiting in a car for 20 minutes just to go for a walk. I'm trying to understand why black people don't see that is still slavery energy when you can't go about your day until a white person tell you to. Like, make that make sense. A lot of people say a lot of things with white, my family, but they here right now. They don't tell me when to go about my day. And some of them don't like that. Sometimes we argue because they say, can't nobody tell you nothing, you think you better. I say, you're telling me who your ancestors were. You're telling me who the mindset of your grandmother. I tell my white family this. You're acting like your toxic grandmother when you think that I need your permission to be black or go about my day the way I want to go about my day. And when they realize it's just not happening with me, they'll come a different kind of way. I get anxiety losing black friends. It affects me mentally bad. But I just don't break down to lose anybody else. Okay? Because my genetic coding is not attached. It's not attached to the Asian community. I'm not Asian here. So losing them is not going to be like I'm not accessing a certain Akashic record. It's not really a loss. Like, I'm not trying to be smart, but it's not a major spiritual loss. It's not. And I know this because when some of my white friends would cut me off for no reason, I didn't feel blocked. I didn't feel, if anything, I felt like I wanted to go more towards being black. I wanted to bring more blackness out of me. I wanted to be more as I was born. The more I started to see that nothing I did was really good enough for them to respect my boundaries. Like, just being me, just showing up. Just showing up. I seen that it kept testing me. Kept testing. Little micro test. The point that I'm making is, black people, understand that it's not a come up to be cutting other black people off for any old damn reason. It's not a come up to say, oh, I'm not gonna deal with her because she said something about my relaxer. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you out. I'm not trying to hate on your relaxed hair. I'm trying to make you uncomfortable. You should be uncomfortable with it. You should be. You know how many downloads and spiritual information you're not getting because of the creamy crack? Do you know how many low-key racist Beckys you out there? You're empowering them? Do you know how many black men you're validating the reason to choose Becky because of her hair over your mama's hair? Over the hair your mama was born with? Do you know how many you're validating the black men having no appreciation for how you were born? You're telling them it's okay. You say that you're the Mother Earth, start acting like it. Teach by example. They don't want to hear you. The black man and the other black women don't want to hear you give the lessons. Why don't you just show up with the lessons? Show up with it in your life. You know, I don't stand outside on my soapbox and preach to all the black people all the time about natural self-love or whatever. Because frankly, I feel like this until I show some, until I'm fighting for them to get them through even spiritual and self-love bondage, I really haven't done for myself. Until I have done this, even in my mind, I really have not taken care of myself. This is how you think as a unit. This is how you think even genetically as a unit. This is how the Asian people think, y'all. You want people to love you, the way you were born. You're sick of altering and changing yourself. Put pressure on them too. Make it difficult for them to have the fake version of you as the main one. Make it difficult for them to get the default version, which is them. Make them uncomfortable. My 4C here makes people uncomfortable, and I can see it in their eyes. I can see it in other black people around me. I can see it around white people. I'm doing something. I'm cleaning up this privileged, narcissistic. I got the privilege here. I'm cleaning it up. When they look in the mirror, maybe they'll be humble. Maybe they'll start realizing that their looks and their features ain't the it all the time. They done seen something different. I went to a white bar a couple weeks ago, and there was a whole bunch of Beckys and a whole bunch of, Janes and Johns in here. And it was making some of them uncomfortable. But I realized they reached a point, at some point after I was 30 minutes there, that it was like, they knew that if they didn't speak what was in their mind, that they would go on and have too much self-hate, or they would have hate for me for no reason. So I guess after about 30 minutes, they said, well, we might as well go ahead and admit the truth. And they said, you're beautiful. Ooh, they were looking, I'm looking at their eyes, look at my hair. And it was like this. And they were like, oh, you're beautiful. Beautiful. Now, here's the thing. If all these James and Johns in here saying, oh, you fine, these white men hovering around me, and I'm wearing my hair like this, and the Beckys are like gorgeous, and I see them looking at my hair and skin, you don't think they know? You don't think they know that you probably look like this too, under that lace front? You don't think they know? They know. They hoping that you'll never take off that lace front. You are not competition walking around with black genetic face and a lace front. You're not competition for them. You're just not. And they need competition. They need something different in their face. All the other race groups need something more different in their face so they will learn how to live among you more in peace. When they see it ain't going to always be about them, they will start to automatically humble in themselves if they want the attention that you're getting sometime. If they want to be able to have a peace of mind, they're going to have to learn that there's other beauty other than their own. They don't have peace of mind. They don't have peace of mind because they're competing with each other. See? Blondies is competing with blondies. Brunettes is competing with brunettes. We have to stop doing that. Black folks, stop doing that. Stop having 4B, 4C hair competition. Stop doing that. You're actually mirroring their energy. European American energy. You're actually being like them. Okay? You are. We're doing texture competition. They're doing hair color competition. Why don't we just stop it all? Like, let them go ahead and be in that energy where they competing with each other with hair color and hair length. Let them do that. Okay, let the Europeans do that. You tap out of that type of business. Okay? Because you know that texture competition requires you to do something real disrespectful to your ancestors just to be the winner. I can't no more. I can't no more. You're fry, press, all that. You'll be doing all that. Okay? I didn't hundreds of dollars manipulate this hair texture look tamed as possible. But I tapped out of that. I said I just wanted to look like I take care of it. I wanted to look healthy and strong. I wanted to look moisturized. Not all beauty shines. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I know that my Blue Magic grease ain't shining this hair up. What's shining this hair up is moisture in the sun. I already know that. But I know it's not going to have shoe polish shine like the Slave Master. Yo, I know it's not going to have shoe polish shine because that's not the type of beauty this here is. Okay, it's not. It's mountain beauty. That's what it is. It's outside the cave beauty, not the inside of the cave. It becomes the inside of the cave beauty when I don't take care of it. Where there's bugs and infestation and all that type of stuff. No, it's outside of the mountain. Outside of the mountain beauty where the sun and the rain can keep on cleansing it and everything. Okay? You only get better showing strength. You only get better. Strength is scary. Strength is intimidating. And I don't know why Black people are like, I don't need no more strength. Yeah, you need all the strength you can get now. This is not the time to want to get soften it. Let me soften myself. Okay, good luck with that. Good luck with that. How much respect you getting out here being like that? How much respect are you getting from the white woman when you got shoe polish here? Like, when you look like you Black and trying to look like you got Mexican here with some shoe polish grease in it. How much respect? You ain't get that much respect. They don't care how they act around you because you trying to be like them. They don't get uncomfortable. They like, oh, I already know you're going to cater to my energy because your head is. Your head is already catering to my energy. So I'm going to act privileged. I'm going to outwardly act privileged right up in your face. That's what they say. Y'all. That's what they say. living in a time where it's like people ain't even trying to dim the light of black people. They trying to oppress the strength. You can't get a job unless your hair straight. You can't get a job unless it looks like you didn't tame the hell out of your roots. They don't want no locks. They don't, y'all, they don't even want, do you know that these employers don't even want you to wear dark purple or brown lipstick? They don't like it when you wear that lipstick. You're short, you're in your ebony energy. When you wear earth tones to job interviews, they get uncomfortable. They get uncomfortable. And that's how you find out who is a covert racist, who secretly is jealous of your ebony or secretly intimidated by it. And that's how you find out. You can flush these people out through the colors that you wear as an ebony person. When I put on dark plum lipstick or mahogany lipstick and makeup, and I start seeing the white women shifting and they getting uncomfortable and they start trying to get real unified and don't include me, I say, oh, they made them uncomfortable. Woo, child. They know I don't want their energy. So now they all uncomfortable. She don't got hot pink lipstick on. Oh, this make me uncomfortable. Well, damn sure should. You shouldn't have took our land. Shouldn't have brought your butt here then. Shouldn't have had your fake land discoverer, Christopher Columbus, come here and try to claim this land. When he claimed this land, he said he was ready for my beauty to be all up in his face. Shouldn't have came here then. Should have stayed in Greece and Rome where you belonged. Y'all, child, I already know that people, I got people sending me hate mail. Do y'all know how many racists on YouTube don't like me? They send me hate mail. They send me hate messages. I just say, I ain't got to argue with them. Let them come here and they can see what I could do. They want to disobey the law. We can do it together. We could do it together then. I act accordingly. They want to come here and come for me because they think that I'm breaking too many chains too fast or whatever, chopping through the chains on my people. Okay, fine. Then come here and come for me, and I'll show you what I will do to you for getting in my way with this. Y'all, period. The first thing I do when I go visit my daughter is seeing if she throwing away her culture. I'd be like, let me see. Let me see this. And I think she know. I think if she is flat ironing her hair, she'd be like, let me not do it around my mama, because my mama gonna feel some type of way. I let my child show up with flat iron here, and I'm gonna feel some type of way up in here. Yo, I'm not gonna say that's your life. No, you wouldn't even have that life. I'm gonna look at my daughter and be like, you would not even have this life if I didn't give it to you. So don't be so quick to throw away your hair texture and to move your little lip liner down smaller. How dare you disrespect me? I should slap the mess out of you while you grown. Because I can slap you while you're grown. Ain't no law coming for me. Don't play with me. I'll slap that white woman's lip liner right off your lips. And I'll slap the perm out of your hair, the relaxer out of your hair. Grown and all. I told my daughter, I said, you're grown, but understand, I can fight you while you grow. Do you know I can fight you while you grow? She got quiet. And was like, I said, and there's nothing Child Protective Service can do about it. I remember my sister disrespected my mom, and it was something to do with our culture or something. And I told y'all my mom was a Black Panther. My mom stopped relaxing her hair back in the back in the early 80s, y'all. My mother died with 4C here. To see this here, this is what everybody saw when my mom was in the coffin. My mom was buried with 4C here, and she looked just like me. This is the way my mother looked when she died. Okay? We put ebony makeup on her, not funeral makeup. Funeral makeup is white people's makeup. I don't care what nobody say. The makeup we put on my mother's lips when she died, it was custom made for her. Let me tell you something else. Black people, if you wear makeup, you need to go to somebody that can make black makeup for black tones. Otherwise, you're still wearing white people's makeup. Okay, technically you are. They still haven't figured it out where they could sell it over the counter and it will go with all of us. We all too special with our skin color. So you need to get your lipstick and all that made. There's a company called Dermablend. They make it custom made for your marks. All right. My mother got Dermablend made because she had a skin disease, genetic, which I believe she triggered because she started eating food that wasn't of her culture. And when she tried to switch back, it was too late. You know, diets can trigger genetic abnormalities. That's another story. It happened to my mother. But she got Dermablend made, custom made for her skin. The lady literally made it, and then she would just put it on the spots where her skin disease was at. She never covered her whole face, just the spots. But the point that I'm making is I remember my sister said something off the wall about our culture, you know, the disrespect the ancestors, and I just never forget, my mother was like, pow. And my mother never slapped us when we were growing up. And my sister was a grown woman getting slapped by my mom. That's how much I knew how serious my mother was about not disrespecting our roots. It was something, it was passive aggressive what my sister said. And then she cussed about it too. She said a bunch of cuss words. My mother said, "What did you say?" And she went, pow, just like that. And my sister was in her 20s, y'all. Now, y'all can say that's abuse all y'all want. But here's the thing. Why can black people let white people whoop they A? Whoop they A. Mentally whoop you so bad that you feel like somebody whooped your actual butt. But your grandmother can't slap you in your face when you grown, disrespecting her in her face. I think at some point when you grown, you should know better than that. You should know better than that. I believe you're going way too far with the disrespect. Okay, you expect disrespect from kids, but not from grown-ups. So the point that I'm making is my sister got slapped right across her face, and I didn't come to her rescue. Now, my thing is this. I'm going to tell y'all something real honest and real true. I never manifested money. This is a download I just got and something I just recognized about my own life. I have never manifested money in peace the way I do being a natural black woman 90% of the time. It might be a small amount of people that support me, but they're very abundant and they're very generous. And I know that I can count on them. Our tribes may not have been as big as the Europeans due to the fact we didn't have European equipment and stuff. But the tribe that we had was very powerful. So what I'm trying to say to some of y'all black folks on YouTube, stop trying to get 500,000 subs. Stop. Don't even give up. Quit. Okay? You're gonna have to do a whole lot of fakery at some point to get that. Because we still got a mass amount of us that is in self-hate denial. And they're still trying to cater to anybody who will unite with them in the self-hate. Stop trying to get a bunch of support on your YouTube. Try to get the support that you actually need. And you need people who will support you the way you look when you wake up. That will support you eating watermelon. I know somebody say that's a stereotype. Doesn't matter. We ate watermelon. Okay, period. How's that a bad stereotype? I wonder why black people get triggered by that. All y'all do is eat watermelon. We need to eat as fat as we are right now. We all need to be running for the watermelon at Walmart. As fat as the European culture got us in America, we should put Walmart as a literally like a delicacy, like eating like we eating shrimp and lobster. Just fire on the Walmart. I mean, fire on the watermelon. Yo, I can't. I'm laughing too hard. Stereotypes benefit us too. We was doing okay when we was eating chicken from the grill. We was doing all right. We was doing all right when we was having barbecues with chicken and taking the skin off and barbecue chicken breast, skinless chicken breast with the watermelon and the greens. We all look pretty good. Hair was long and thriving. But no, not us, right? Not us. We had to go to the steak, didn't we? Didn't we? The slave master eat steak, so we eat steak. When steak is literally not real. Steak is fake. It's coming from a part of an animal and an animal that literally is a hybrid. Steak is not real. But we want to go eat that dough, right? Y'all. Woo, child. Why do you think they increased the price of watermelon? They want you to stay away from the watermelon, black folks. They purposely doing that. They know that you're scared to get the watermelon because you look stereotypical black. And then they raise the price to make you really scared to get it. And then what do? You go and get higher calorie fruit, don't you? I'll eat 2 apples instead. Yeah, okay, go ahead and raise your glucose. Just keep on raising the glucose till your cortisol get all jacked up. So people say, when black people with Negro here, they act like crackheads. We act energized like crackheads. If somebody say that I got the energy of a crackhead, I see that as a compliment. Yo. Because they real energized. They just using crack. But when somebody say, who this crackhead? She sitting up there with her 4C hair roots because we see the crackheads. We see the crackheads out here waking up with their natural hair, you know, and the people that look like Don King, and we say, oh, they on crack. You know, people say when Michael Jackson had his afro, the way he was high energy up, oh, the crack hit different. No, he wasn't on crack. What it was he was doing what black people was supposed to do. That's why he had all that energy to dance he danced his family out of poverty. He was able to do all that stuff on stage endlessly for hours. He was eating home-cooked, black-cooked meals and wasn't scared if somebody said, you're Kunta Kinte, you're a watermelon chicken-eating black person. What gets me is how black people think this a come up eating steak over chicken. Chicken is bad for you. I don't eat chicken anymore. I eat steak. I'm like, are you serious? You want to eat something that the devil created. The devil did not create chickens. Y'all. Oh, you want me to give a review of your all natural skincare line? If it don't got argan oil in it, you're struggling, babe. Okay. If it don't got argan oil in it, it's struggling. Argan oil is our ancestors' oil. Argan oil is what our people use for skin. Yeah. We was banana eaters. We was banana eaters. I okay, y'all. I'm about to make some people uncomfortable. Don't be sitting up here saying I'm making you uncomfortable when I say this. Okay, don't get triggered, y'all. Do you see gorillas eating bananas? Y'all, please don't get triggered by this. I just speaking the truth. These monkeys and gorillas running for the bananas. Now let's keep it real. We do got some genetic similarities. We do. Why is that a bad thing? Oh, it's only a bad thing because the white man said it. Or his coon said that. I don't get offended when somebody say you look like a gorilla or you look like the lioness from Lion King mixed with a gorilla. I'm like, well, thank you very much. Cause they fight for their people. The gorillas don't play about their family. They take care of their own babies. They high energy, and the lions will fight to the death for their kids. Thank you. I'm not offended. I'm not offended because you said I got a elongated mouth and elongated. This look elongated like Nola from the Lion King. I don't care. I'm not offended. I'm not offended if somebody say you look like you look like you got some of the corpse of Nefertiti. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. You look like you're a female gorilla that evolved. Thank you very much. I'm not offended. I'm not offended. They eating what I'm supposed to eat then. If I eat what they eat, I'm going to look what they look. I started doing it. I started eating like the lioness. Okay? Not the low vibrational lioness. The low vibrational lioness eat anything. They eat the boar hog. Okay? Those little trifling boar hogs, they eat that. Lioness, we know in Africa, the head lioness, they're very picky about what they eat. Okay, they're picky, so they actually have high vibrational food on their menu. They will only eat low vibrational food if it's a last resort. Okay, and I don't know why they say like cats don't eat fish. Yes, they do. Lions and they do eat fish, y'all. But the thing is, their waters is world polluted now. Y'all gotta understand when the land got taken over by the Queen of England. Queen, because I don't know how she got that name, but anyway, Queen of England. We know how she got that name. She think jewelry make her automatically the queen, stolen jewelry. But anyway, the Queen of England. I got an interesting story to tell y'all how that queen got her money. Okay, she one of the biggest thieves. Her family's one of the biggest thieves walking this earth. That's why I stopped wearing like London Fog. I stopped wearing England clothing line. I don't really want to wear their clothing line anymore. But the Queen of England, she owns some of the safaris in Africa. Okay. Well, of course, her lack of education on the safaris, they're not taking care of the water source. Those lions are drinking dirty, filthy water that hippos and had a bowel movement in. The water holes is very scarce. The water that would have their fish in it is all dried up. So now they're all just eating zebra and eating boar hogs and anything they can eat. And it's very sad. Yeah, I'm not offended. Um, So my thing is what I'm telling y'all is the animals are also telling us who we are, where our genetic coding came from. Where the genetic coding came from. Yeah, some of it did come from where the gorillas and the monkeys are. Yeah. Why you think we tend to be very sexual? Okay, the monkeys are very sexual. The gorilla. Why is that an insult? Like I'm trying, y'all. Self hate make that an insult. Only way you can be insulted about somebody saying you look like a monkey is because you know you hate your blackness. You know you do. You know you do. When somebody say you look like a monkey, I just look at them like, didn't yo, I be like, didn't your European king say scientifically the monkeys was first and involved or something? So if you say I look like the monkey, then you're admitting that I came first. You're admitting that I came first. So you can't have it both ways. You cannot say I didn't come first, but then saying I'm looking like the monkey. No. If you say I got crocodile teeth, my teeth is real big. Okay, you know how the reptilian teeth is real big. Okay. Oh, you barbarian. Didn't you say the barbarians came first or something? That they was just uncivilized. There was no civilization, but they were still here. Okay, then you're saying I came first. You don't get to take it back. You don't call me a monkey and get to take it back. they telling the truth about history and evolution and right up in our faces. And y'all sitting up there not even noticing. And y'all still believing that Christopher Columbus came first. They telling y'all that Christopher Columbus did not discover this land. Every time they call you a monkey, every time they call you a gorilla, every time they say you got barbarian teeth, they're literally snitching that they lied about history. Frankly, I want to sit around. I want to sit around as many Europeans as I want, and literally be like on a banana like this. Oh, shoot! I wish my lips was bigger. If these, oh, child. I never forget this lady was smacking. Her lips was bigger than me and my mom's, and she was smacking and stuff. And my mom was like, she's smacking the hell out of that food. I was like, hey, my mom was like, well. And we started laughing. We didn't make fun of the lady because we were like, well, my lips automatically smack because my mouth stick out. I'm tired of calming down my smacking as well. Oh, that's disrespectful. No, it's not. In the Asian community, they smacking. Our native ancestors were smacking all over the kitchen on their food. Y'all, what the white civilization don't want you to smack because it's sexy. It arouses them, and it's extremely sultry, and they get uncomfortable hearing it because they can't really smack like you can smack. They can smack back in their mouth, back in there. They can't really forward smack like you can smack. They can't really do that. I wanna eat a banana right up in their face and be like, I mean, I'm trying to understand if they can work with what they got, how come we can't work with if they can flaunt it in our face, whoo, I should be able to do this. All up in their face. You ain't got to teach nobody who you are with words, black women. You could teach people who you are with how you act in restaurants, when you try on clothes. You know that they trying to tell you, well, I got the Salon Selective commercial here. And I can actually have your hair if I want to. I want to see you get my hair. I want to see you get this 4C hair. Oh, it's going to be real hard. It's going to be real hard. I can get everything you got, white woman. I can get it. I can get it. I can actually get almost as light as you. I want to see you get as dark as me. This is real talk. This is how favored you actually are as a person of color. Somebody said, "Ooh, child." I don't care who I trigger. If this is what it takes for black people to start saying, "Well, I didn't realize I was that favored." You can literally bleach your skin until you get ghostly white like them. I want to see how dark they can get using these over-the-counter stuff. I want to see how bad these doctors are to get them dark as Lupita. I want dark as Wesley Snipes. I want to see them do it. I want to see them do it. They can. So let me tell you, you are not genetically challenged. You have options upon options. You're not genetically restricted at all. Do you know most of you have more roots in your mouth than white people? Do you know that? Do you know that it's easy for a black person to become a rich dentist? Do you know how rich you can get as a black dentist? When black people come to you to get those teeth extracted, all those extra roots you got to pull out, that's another 2 hours of pay. A black person coming to get teeth extracted, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while to get those barbarian teeth out. So if you're a black dentist, you're making dough. If your dentist is in the black community, the black ghettos, you are making straight up dough as a black dentist. Why do you think the white dentists, they love to set their shops up in black communities? So they can run that clock up, pulling those roots out. Yup, exactly. Exactly. The dentist can charge you extra for the extra Novocaine. Every time they gotta put more Novocaine in your mouth to get out that third and fourth root, they getting more money out of you. You get that bill, you say, I thought it was only $300, but it's like $600 on here. You see that they had to, it took longer. It took an extra hour to get that root out. They had to give you another shot of Novocaine. They ended up canceling an appointment that was after you because your extra tooth root took up the time. Yeah. Some of y'all will never know until you get teeth taken out just how much you're making those dentists rich. This is why if I know what I know now, I would have went to a black dentist to get my extractions. I would have said, go ahead and get this dough. I would have straight went to a black male dentist and was like, you're about to get paid tonight, baby. Because you're going to take out some of these. I'm throwing away some of these teeth to get new teeth. I trashed my teeth because I was eating hybrid food. I had self-hate because I was chasing a white man's money. Okay. I'm going to make sure the money at least go to a black dentist. Okay. I'm paying for the fact that I was trying to please the European employer, sacrificing my self-care, doing the bare minimum to please. So now I got to throw away some teeth and get new teeth. If I'm gonna have to do this, I'm gonna give this money to a black dentist. He gonna get that extra 2 hours of dough. That's real talk, y'all. Y'all, I know stuff, y'all. I know stuff. Like they lied to black people about King Tut. Y'all better stop sitting up there hating on King Tut Jr. King Tut Jr. was all about his African genetics. King Tut's dad was African. Okay, in the medical studies of his mummy, the technology now can tell that he more than likely was he had African American blood type A with the Rh factor. King Tut Sr.'s blood type, which means King Tut Jr. was at least half African. So when y'all sit up there and be like, that ain't us. Yes, it is. King Tut Jr. is. He was half African. Why do you think he looked like some of us? Go look at his x-rays. His bone structure looks a lot like black people. King Tut Jr. was black. He was black. He was multicultural, multicolored. He was black. He was black. And his father was trying to thin out the African in him. His father wanted him to end the bloodline and make it more white Egyptian from there on. King Tut went against his father, which then had his father's guards go against him. I'm talking about King Tut Jr. own father wanted him assassinated for not thinning down his African genetics, because he was trying to have a baby and have a family with a dark-skinned African woman. That's what he desired. King Tut Jr. loved his melon. He loved it, y'all. His father was against it. Okay? His father had self-hate. Y'all, I'll call it what it is. King Tut Sr. had self-hate for his African roots. He thought if he colonized his whole community with more European and white Egyptian, the whites that came over and said, I'm now an African, whatever. He thought if he did that, that would give him more power. He was just all about world power rather than staying in his own lane. Okay? He was willing to fight with his dark-skinned brothers on the other side of Egypt. He was willing to fight with them to say, let's unify. Yes, unified and keep the melon going. Y'all, it's me and my daughter watched like a long reenactment of what they now know would happen around with King Tut and King Tut Senior, the documentary. It was like special documentary, and we watched it. It was about maybe like 6 hours long. Well, we sat through the whole thing over days, and we were literally shocked. But I have a black male friend who literally looks identical to King Tut Jr. I showed him and he was like, ooh, he was shocked. He didn't know what to say. I said, look, you look identical to King Tut Jr. But my point is, realize that everything that you're doing to celebrate your African or ebony lineage, it was already being done, y'all. It was already being done. We did have jail, but our jail was a fact-based jail. Our jail wasn't artificial jail. Okay? It wasn't even made from whale blubber. Now a lot of the jail is made with like with things from the well to make it slippery and silky and soft. Silk protein like from a well. That's why welling was so popular at some point when people during segregation times, the black people was like, I finally got a hair gel or whatever. So they was using well blubber hair gel, but our hair gel wasn't made with that. It was made from like the protein, silky protein from like certain nuts and certain natural fats like avocado and things like that. Somebody say about that, everybody. My phone need to charge, y'all. Thanks for listening, y'all. I do videos every weekend on this channel. Okay? So if you want my lunchtime videos, I'm always on the weekends. Normally between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. on the weekends, and 8:30 a.m. and between 8:30 and 10 a.m. on the weekends as well. So normally I'm on by 8 a.m. in the morning on the weekends, and then I'm on again normally by 12 p.m. Okay. I'm gonna leave this video up. I don't know what's gonna happen because people get triggered and people complain about anything. They try to micromanage our freedom of speech. If they see you trying to break chains in the black community, if you're trying to get rid of the chains, that next thing you know, you get reported and things. It's just wild. This system really want black people to be imaginary woke. Like they ain't really woke, they just think they're woke. And if they see you doing some real woke activity, woke lessons, then it's like, oh, I'm going to report you to YouTube. So y'all, I can't even tell y'all if this video gonna be still up. So what I'll do is I'm gonna make this video unlisted. Please just save the link to the video. Save the link to the video so you can replay the video. But I'm not gonna keep it listed. If you want to watch the replay, I can send you the link to it today. I'll make it available for a donation. So if you want to donate, it has to be more than $2, so I know you're not a scammer. So it's better if you donate at least $4, so I know you're not a scammer. You can donate to my Cash App at @Coach V Hunter, and then you can email me and I'll send you the link to this video. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to see it. I got a feeling that people are going to be super sensitive and triggered because I said I don't care about being called a monkey. Like, I don't know, why would I care? What I'm supposed to look like? A bird? like what I'm supposed to have, a bird mouth? A little sparrow mouth? I know people who got a little bird mouth, and it's not black folks. It's not black folks. Y'all, it is what it is. I'ma love every inch of these lips. Had I known sooner, I wouldn't have been. Had I known the power of this mouth, I would have been really invested in it growing up. I just didn't know. I would have taken better care of my lips and my cheekbones. I'm just glad that I did take care of my ebony genetics well enough where I'm still reaping the benefits in my 40s. There is benefits of your ebony genetics. There is privileges. You just gotta be willing to let it, soul glow. You gotta be willing to let it glow. Let the glow show. Y'all, I'm cutting up. All right, bye everybody. Thanks for listening. All right, bye-bye. You're welcome.